It's a blend of many cultures from all over the world. It's super delicious, cheap, and way easier to make than you ever would have thought. Today, Filipino food.
Life can be a struggle, but a good meal doesn't have to be. We can make creative, nutritious, and inventive dishes for under $2 a plate.
Food in the Philippines is a result of many different cultures living together in harmony. Think Chinese, Spanish, even Mexican. But don't be intimidated, because most of the ingredients we're using today are cheap and readily available in your supermarket. So what do you say we travel halfway around the world by just walking into the kitchen? We're gonna start off with lumpia. It's like the Filipino cousin to the Chinese egg roll. And the best part about it is you can find most of these ingredients really, really easily. Lumpia, here I come. We start with some ground pork. All right, just break it up a little bit. Let's grate some onion. Who needs a food processor? Onions. If you cook the meat off, then you can flash fry the lumpia, and that means that you won't have something that's oil logged. And now it's time to work on the rest of our filling. An egg. Crack that yolk. Boom. Cabbage, carrot, scallion. The wonderful thing about a lumpia is that you could fill it with anything that you have. So if you don't have these exact vegetables, use what you do have. Garlic powder, a little pepper, some salt. All right, so mix this up. Just try and get the egg to coat everything a little bit. It's gonna be our binder, and it's also gonna add some cheap protein. All right, the pork comes in. Pork and onion. To the packet drawer, 5 soy sauce and 1 sriracha. Give us a little bit of heat, some beautiful color. Soy, mix. What a pungent and wonderful aroma. I cannot wait to eat these. These are store-bought lumpia wrappers that I cut in half. They're super duper affordable. I cut them in half so that we can roll these lumpia up really, really thin. Think cigarette, not cigar. Also, if you're struggling to find these, a Chinese egg roll will totally do the trick. Let's roll these babies up. All right, so we take the wrapper. Whatever you think the amount of filling you should use is, have it. Less is more, okay? Remember, we want these to be thin. I like to use the pinky. Boom, boom, boom. You wet just the tip there. I like to come over the top completely and really tighten it in. And then I fold inside one, I fold inside two, put a little natural glue, and there we have a very thin and long lumpia. Let's do 1,000,000 now. Put these in gently, make sure you do not hurt yourself. Don't overcrowd the pan. If when you throw the very first one in, it does not sizzle, leave it there, allow it to be sacrificed for the betterment of the entire herd of lumpia. They cook really quick, and don't forget, the inside is mostly cooked other than the egg. Ba-ba. Look, those are nice. Okay, those are gorgeous, really nice. Look at that, good crispy exterior. You know what'll make these even better? A sauce. Traditionally, it's a sweet and sour sauce, but we're gonna make a sweet and spicy sauce so that we can use the packet drawer and save even more money. Some water, some sugar, rice wine vinegar, some garlic. All right, this is fish sauce. It's one of those things that you've got to have in the pantry if you want to have an authentic Asian flavor. Nothing else is really going to replicate the flavor of this. It lasts a long time and it's cheap. Now to make it spicy, to the packet drawer, crushed red pepper. Now I'm just looking for a little bit of reduction here. Our sauce is ready. Dipping sauce in. $1.89, okay? Boom, boom, boom. They taste great. Crunchy, effortless to eat, truthfully. It's almost like all filling just floating inside of a crunchy shell. It's gotta be one of the best appetizers I've ever had. At the very least, it's the most addictive. But I gotta stop because we got 2 more dishes to make, but it's so hard to stop. Now we're gonna make pancit. It is a rice noodle dish and it is absolutely wonderful. Today I'm making it with vegetables because that's what I have in my fridge. Of course you could use meat. And if you're thinking to yourself, how did this dish come to be? Just think of it as the Filipino cousin to lo mein. So we start with these super long rice noodles. Over them we pour very hot water. They're so thin that this is the easiest way to cook them. Just let them soak in that water. Let's get a pan hot, and into it we will add some neutral oil, onion, hit it with a little bit of salt. Once you see a little something something happening, you can add a little garlic. All right, and now we're gonna add in some cabbage, scallion, carrots, red bell peppers. Mix it up. The base of our vegetable pancit is going. This smells absolutely wonderful. I really, really hope you try it. And there's no reason not to because these are super familiar ingredients. I'm gonna start building our broth. So, some water. We've got a bouillon cube, tiny packet flavor bomb. Wonderful. In. You're gonna get some fish sauce in there, full tablespoon. Hey, look, we're already using it a second time. And some sesame oil, soy sauce. It's free flavor. The long noodle signifies good luck or a long life. Also, I heard that they're eaten during birthdays and celebrations, I guess to instill good luck upon those that consume them. Yep, here we go. All right, coming in. Oh, baby, long life indeed. Let's get some snow peas on there at the very, very end so that they remain crisp and fresh. I'm going to Frankie's house for dinner. This is $1.63 and it is a lot of food. Long noodle, long life, baby. Guys, I'm absolutely loving this vegetable pancit, and I think it's because of that trio of umami salty flavors. Between the bouillon, the soy sauce, and the fish sauce, there's just plenty of stuff happening. So next time you have a birthday or celebration, have some pancit for a long life. But we're not done yet. I've got another classic Filipino dish. It's time to make some chicken adobo with rice. Perhaps you've heard the word adobo before. It just comes from the Spanish adobar, which means to marinate. But this basic Filipino chicken adobo is tangy, garlicky, and spicy. Let's make it. We're gonna start our chicken adobo with chicken thighs, which are one of the cheapest cuts, and if you ask me, one of the best tasting, because it's dark meat and it's super duper moist even after they've been cooked for a long time. This is the rice wine vinegar. 4 cloves of garlic. I just like to mash it up. Here comes a pinch of pepper. Here comes a bay leaf. To the packet drawer, soy sauce, chili, red pepper flakes. All the savory of this dish is gonna come from soy sauce. Mix up the marinade. This is gonna go in the fridge for 2 hours, and we're gonna allow it to adobar. Our thighs are totally marinated. Let's get these in the pan and start cooking them off. The skin is the fattiest part. This is gonna develop a ton of flavor. Woo! Do not throw this away. We're gonna use it for the second half of the cooking. Look at that. Hey, hey, hey. Gorgeous color, guys. Now, this is where it gets awesome. We turn it down a little bit, and we're gonna use the rest of this marinade, pour it in the middle, cover it over top. This baby is going to braise/steam from the inside out with incredibly flavorful stuff. It's time for the second stage of adobar. All right, get that bad boy to a simmer and cover it. It's just cooking gently. It's a beautiful thing. Woo! Oh, it's just a zing of the rice wine vinegar. It smells fantastic. Let's take these out. We're gonna reduce this sauce. That is just so much stuff happening right there. Look, the color of the sauce has gotten a lot darker. So let's put the chicken back in the sauce. We must continue to adobar everything. Rice. You can't skip the rice, okay? Why can't you skip the rice? Because rice is the sponge of the dish. We've got all that delicious marinade and the rice is what absorbs it up. Rice on plate. I choose this one. Muscat sauce, and let's put that on there. Oh my goodness gracious. Here we've got a little bit of cilantro. We've got a simple rice, we've got a tangy and spicy chicken. This costs only $1.95 a serving, and we used super familiar ingredients. Awesome. We've got a moist and tender chicken. The melding of all these cultures in the Philippines brought all these different ideas of what food is, and we arrive at this adobo, heavily Spanish influenced, but also influenced by many other cultures. It's such a delicious dish. Go forth, make your adobo. You won't regret it. Do not be afraid. Go, cook struggle meals.